Hey everybody, I'm here to show you how to set up your Jupyter notebook so that it talks to your BigQuery database. So first thing you want to do is you want to go to python.org and download Python and make sure you have it installed. So I'm on 3.0 and this is 3.0. Once you have Python installed, you will want to go to Jupyter.org. So Jupyter.org is where we'll get our Jupyter notebook. So once you're on Jupyter notebook, you want to go and install it. Click install. Scroll down. So there's many different ways to set this up, but the way I did it was the classical Jupyter notebook. So what you want to do is do this Pip Install Notebook. So you want to copy that. So after you have this copy, you want to go to your terminal. So you want to paste that in. So I have Python 3. So you want to put a pip 3. So once you have it installed, I have it here in a folder. So then what you want to do is you want to run this command right here, Jupyter Notebook. So what this would do would spin it up in a new browser. So in my Jupyter Notebook folder, these are the projects I have. Yours would be slightly different. Your theme would be slightly different. I'm using a Jupyter Notebook theme that I'll put in the description below. So once you have all this set up, what you want to do is go to cloud.google.com. So when you're here, you want to click sign in. So now that we are signed in, you want to click console. So Google Cloud offers a year of credit. So as you can see, I'm getting to the end of my credit. I had it for over a year now. So when you first get here, what you want to do in the console is create a project. So I already have 2 projects here. So what you want to do is go here, click new project. Once you create a new project, you want to create whatever the name of the project. Click here, click create. It's going to create you a new project. You want to go and wait until that project loads. You want to go to that project. You want to go here to navigation. You want to scroll down to I am admin. Go over to service accounts. Once you get over to create service accounts, you want to create a service account. Now you can name your service account whatever you want. Alright, so I'll just say example account. Click create account. Alright, so it's created. You want to select role to be owner. You want to hit continue. So it's already created. This is optional. Click grant access to click done. So once you have your example account made or your account made, you will want to load a key ID. So there's no key ID here. So what you will have to do is click actions, create key. So what you want to do is download JSON. The JSON is the recommended. That's what I did. So what it would do is it would download a key onto your computer, a JSON key. Once you have that key installed on your computer, now what you want to do is type in this command. I will have the link in the description below where to find the documentation for all the information I'm going over in this video. So as you get that typed in to your terminal, what you want to do is go and drag that JSON key into your project. When you go and find your key and you have it on your computer, what you want to do is drag it into your terminal and paste it. Now what you want to do is make sure you have the quotes around the JSON key. So what I'm going to do is get rid of this. And what you want to do is click enter. And what it would do is bring up a blank. So with this, you will have to run this every time you spin up your Jupyter notebook. Once we have the JSON token installed, what we want to do now is start our Jupyter notebook project. And we do that by running Jupyter notebook. So you will want to do this. You want to click start a new project. You go click new, go to Python 3. Now you have a new project. So I have some code already. I have a snippet of code that I will paste in. Now is authenticate yourself with Google BigQuery. Now I already authenticated myself with this project, so I will not be able to do it again. But I will show you the process and how it will go. So what you want to do now is you want to go back, you want to paste in this code. So I have imported Pandas. If it asks you to install Pandas, go to your terminal and install Pandas. So what you would do is put in import Pandas, the process date with no dash. Then you want to add in your project ID. So our project ID would be our project ID from the project we just started. So I'll show you how to find that. So what you would do is you'll go up here and you will go to project ID. So this is our project ID. The project I am running is this project right here. So what we want to do is grab this project ID. We go back to our Jupyter notebook. We paste that in. So once we have that pasted in, we have to run a query to access our BigQuery database. This is the snippet of code that I already have written. So what this snippet of code does is it turns this query of a string of an SQL, standard SQL. It turns the format. It gets the process date dash, which is this right here. Process date with no dash. It gets the data frame, pandas.read, BigQuery, and then it asks for the data frame, and it is a pandas.read BigQuery again, as in the project ID and dialect standard. So both of these are just standard SQL, the note says, as the note says right here. What you want to do now is you want to query a certain database you're looking for. And I already have some data already in there. I'll show you how to get that. Go back to BigQuery and add data in here. So the way you add data is you'll click this button add data. So I already have some data already in here. So click add data, explore public data set. So as you can see, BigQuery has a lot of data you can access. It's free public data. So what I did was I used pattern classification data. So I click that. And I go here and click view data set, or you click public data set. I click this right here and I added the data set, the public data set, to my project. So what that would do is it would add this massive amount of data to your project. Click on BigQuery. So I already have a couple projects here. So I'll switch back to my project. It's the project we're working on. Some of the data sets here is very large, like publications. There's 123 million rows right here. So it's a pretty big file. So we're going to access something a lot smaller than that, which is definitions. That's 260 rows. So in order to access this data, what we'll need to do is go back to our project. We'll have to get the project name, which is patents. Once we have the data that we want to query, we want to run the project. So in order for me to run my project, which yours might be different because I have a theme, I use shift return. So what that would do for you is that would authenticate you, and you would have a little thing underneath that says like add in your credentials. It will take you to another page. You'll add in your credentials, and you will run this again, and it will get you the data set you're looking for. This data is straight from BigQuery. As you can see, AO1B and the symbols. All right, thank you. Hope this helps.